Good morning. It's day 35 of moving mountains beneath my feet, and I have a message today that's kind of come to me from just an experience. I'm going to talk about when you have negative thoughts come into your mind. Our bodies, our minds have been programmed from an evolutionary standpoint to seek out the negative things that can harm us, hurt us, So we're programmed, we're predisposed to looking for the negative. And I don't know about you, but for me, I tend to overthink things, and I know I'm highly intellectual, and so I trace things out in multiple steps ahead. I'll trace something out and what it means and what it could mean and all the possibilities. So that can get into this chaotic entanglement mess, right? And typically where it ends up is my brain likes to go to the worst case scenario. And if I go there, it tends to spiral and create other thoughts that also, do the same thing. It's like this giant web of mess. And so I was having one of those moments last night, just feeling bad about something and, not knowing what to do exactly. And I went to bed like that. I had a great day yesterday, which is, the frustrating part. I battle myself sometimes when I have those moments, and I'm like, I had such a good day, and why am I going here, right? The thing is that I talked about experience, your story, and then your awareness a few episodes ago. And so what I was feeling was based on obviously an experience that I was living, but then the story I was telling, and I already know that I can't trust my stories, right? I already know that my stories are almost always worst case scenario, and they're so far from the truth of what reality is that it's distorted and I can't trust it. But in that moment, I just always have a hard time not falling in that trap. And so, I went to bed like that, woke up in the morning, power was out, it was raining pretty hard, there was fog everywhere, it's dark. So then I'm like, okay, I still got to go to the gym, and I still got to do my climb today. I'm not going to let this rain. I'm not going to let this power out. Couldn't get water. I had to drink tap water. All these different things, right? But I'm still struggling with this thought. And so and then these added extra things could have pushed me to, okay, well, I'm going to take it easy today, or, whatever. But I know better now. I definitely know better. And this is a habit. I'm not going to stop this. This is really good for me. And I'm trying to honor my body and what it's asking for. And so I just journaled for a bit, because that was one of my main tools, is journaling, getting things out of my head. And I remembered the work of Byron Katie, which she calls The Work. There's a book called Loving What Is. Really, really powerful book. Sorry for the wind, can't control it. But Loving What Is, love what is, right? It's interview style, right? So she interviews people and asks them questions and kind of walks them through these 4 questions. And so I remembered her 4 questions. When you have any given situation, and roughly they are, is it true? So whatever the circumstance is it true? My mother didn't love me when I was a kid. Well, if that's something you're dealing with, it's is that true? That's the question number 1. Question number 2 is, can you absolutely know that it's true? And sorry about that. Let me go ahead and turn on. I always forget to do not disturb. Can you absolutely know that it's true, right? So the first question is it true? A lot of times you're going to say yes, right? So, my partner cheated on me, so they don't love me. Is it true? Yes. Now, question 2 is, can you know it's absolutely true? Can you absolutely know that it's true? And when you really question and break that down, the answer is always no, basically. No, you can't know it's true. You can't know it's absolutely true, because you don't know what they're experiencing. Or, if your mom your mom didn't love you, you don't know what she was going through. You don't know that she didn't love you. So the answer is no. You can't know that it's absolutely true. And question 3 was, I'm trying to remember it. Question 3 was, how do you react when you believe that it's true? And so this is examining, how do you react when you believe that it's true, right? What do? What happens, right? Maybe you go into an anxious spiral, or you start to feel really down or sad or depressed, or you overeat, or you eat junk food, or you lash out at people around you, or you isolate, whatever. What is it that you do when you believe this thought to be true? And then question number 4 is, who would you be without that thought? And that's an exercise in understanding, who could you be if you didn't believe this thought to be true? And then she has a follow-on process which kind of like turns the whole thing around, but I'm not going to get into that. I'd highly recommend reading her or listening to her audiobook and watching some YouTube videos on her process she calls the work. I learned the work through Garrett White content. It's like men's content, and he used the work to transform the lives of men, and he packaged it differently, but it was essentially the same thing, and he gave her credit. And so then I traced it back to her. And so in asking those 4 questions, you can really help yourself to navigate really difficult things, even like trauma things, like things that have like affected your whole life. If you really look at these questions and journal them out, the process is writing them out. You have to write them out. And if you can really do this honestly and deeply, it's very hard not to walk away from that encounter or that situation, that, you know what I'm trying to say, without some sort of a breakthrough or some sort of a difference or change and shift. And so, I did that. I did it mentally because I've done the process before, and it definitely helped. It definitely helped me, but I was still, okay, I know this work, I've done this work, okay, cool. I don't know that it's true. I know that my stories are bullshit most of the time. I'm not even tapped into like my intuition anymore because I'm telling these stories. And so the other part of this was sometimes your brain, your mind, your thinking can't get you out of a thought or get you out of an emotion, and you have to use your body. And so I know that. That I need to go do this workout. I'm going to feel different after my workout. I'm going to do this climb. I'm going to share this experience. I'm going to move this energy in my body. And lo and behold, as soon as I got to the gym, I felt a little better. As soon as I did my workout, I felt a lot better. Now I'm walking, I feel great, right? And so it's like, I just understand that I can move these negative emotions out of my body, and they don't have to stay in my body. And, those are just some of the tools that I've used that have worked for me. And I think maybe they might work for you if you're willing to try them, right? And so we don't have to live with this negativity that comes over us. And we just have to understand it and be aware of what's going on, why it's going on, and kind of like how we can like work through it. So yeah, I thought that was really valuable to myself. And so I wanted to share that today. Yesterday, I did the other podcast. It's longer. It's going to be more in depth. It's going to be only weekly. This one's daily, with my friend Elsie, and it's called May the Love of Others Find You. So I'd highly recommend that you look that up on Spotify. It's going to be a very deep, amazing conversation every time with a very amazing human being, my dear friend and sister Elsie. Her energy is amazing. She's got a different perspective, and we're trying to share a feminine, masculine balance perspective, right? And so on different deep topics, and we're going to go deep. I go deep here, but we're also going to go a little deeper because there's more time, and it's a varied perspective. And so I was kind of nudged to do that with her. She's been asking me for a while, and I remembered that I'm a manifesting generator and I need to respond. And one day on the top of this mountain, the message was, hey, you need to do this. And so I decided to do it. So yeah, check it out. Thank you for all of the love that you guys are sending to me. I really appreciate it. My words of affirmation mean a lot to me, so I really appreciate it. It means the world. And so anyway, thank you. I'm at my 10 minutes almost. I hope you have a blessed, beautiful, wonderful, magical day today. Later.